Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Emily. If this is your first time stopping here, today I'm going to be doing a different kind of video, something a little personal to me. But first, I wanted to thank you guys for the likes, for the interaction on the last video, for your comments, your thoughts, and just overall interaction on that video. I really do appreciate it. So, as you've seen today, I will be telling you guys three reasons why I don't have kids, and by the help of God, I will not be having kids until I get married, if the Lord wills. So, but before I get into that, I wanted to give you a little story as to what led to this video right now. I have had this questions why I don't have kids many times that I can count, and also in my early 20s and now being in my late 20s, I still get these questions. And I just thought when I was a lot younger, I used to sometimes get upset about this question when people ask me, why don't you have kids? Things have changed. And I said, no, I'm waiting to get married. I'm like, things have changed. You can just have your kids now. No need to wait for a man. No need to wait to get married to have your children, right? And when I was younger, I would sometimes get upset about this question, like, why are you asking me this question? And also, recently, I no longer get upset, right? Because I've grown through the years, and I just like feel like sometimes people have their own beliefs. People, you know, society has changed a lot, and people tend to go with the flow. I am someone who is very intentional about anything I do, and my life in particular, right? So recently, I got that question again. Why don't I have kids? And my answer remains the same. I don't want to have kids because I'm not married. And this person said, "Oh, society again has changed. You're very. I feel like you can raise a child, you can do X, Y." I said, "Yes, I can do all of those things, but still, I want to be married before having children." And if you've been asked these questions before, I don't want you to be upset about them. People are ignorant. People are going to keep asking this question because a lot of people now are having kids. So society has sort of normalized having children before you get married. Back in the day, it was frowned upon heavily, but now it is very normalized. You can have children as young as maybe 18 without being married, or 21, or just having children in general without being married is not, nobody questions that. So it tends to be the norm nowadays. But for someone that like me, I am very traditional. I'm from a traditional family. Not that they will not accept if I had a child now, but my personal beliefs above everything, right? I don't want to have kids before I get married. So I'm going to get into the reasons why. Three reasons why. So my first reason is God's desire, right? So in the beginning, God created man and woman, and together they're going to start a family, and they are going to have their own children, right? A man will leave his father and his mother, and the two shall become one, and then they go and procreate. So childbearing is done after two come as one, and procreation. And also, I wanted to read to you Deuteronomy 23, verses 2, and it says, a bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. When I read this, a bastard is a child that is gotten out of wedlock, a child that you get out of marriage, that you're not married without getting married. That's what a bastard is. And the Bible is telling us in Deuteronomy that it shall not enter the congregation of the Lord, even to his 10th generation. And that scares me. And I don't know about you, because the problem, I think, so one of our problems is this society that we don't fear God. More so, we don't, more than even fear, we don't respect Him. Everything in the Bible is for a reason. And I firmly believe in the Word of God. I don't know about you, but I truly believe in the order of God's desire, the order of things. And I believe in the Word of God. So when I read this, what? I'm like, what? Until his 10th generation. I don't know. Maybe I'm not analyzing this, but I just when I read that, it just sink in my mind, like I need to try to continue on this path that I've always wanted to be. And this is just was like a reminder for me to continue this path despite the pressure that may come, despite people's own thinking, people's own belief. I firmly believe that I'm going to have children, or children should be had after you get married. even though the society has normalized these things. Okay? There is a sequence to how things are supposed to be done in the eyes of God. God created the institute of marriage, and that institute of marriage is supposed to be used for the procreation. And I remember about 2 Sundays ago, I remember a pastor in the church said, having marriage and children is a start of a new generation. I've never really thought about it like that. But if you get married and you have children, which is the order of God, how God wants things, and that starts a new generation, right? And that lineage continues because then you're having the same names. So personally, that's my first reason because by the will of God, follow his structure, how he intended for us to have kids and how he intended for us to have kids is by first of all being married and then having children. I know a lot of time people say marriage does not guarantee happiness or marriage is just a piece of paper, blah blah blah. And my argument to that is always like people will say marriage is just a piece of paper, money is just a piece of paper, but how many people are killing themselves for money? How many people are doing the most for money? So why will I not do the most for marriage, right? So that is my first reason why I don't want to have children before I get married, right? And please also let me know some of your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you like me? What's your thoughts is about what I'm saying right now? Are you going to wait till you get married before having children? Or because I feel like in this age there is so much pressure on having children, and people sometimes turn to have kids because maybe all their peers are having children, they feel left alone, and so many reasons, right? I just prepared to follow God's will, and I'm as trying to follow the will of God in my life and trying to follow God because I'm going to wait until I get married to have children. And my second reason is that marriage brings stability to kids, to children. That's my second reason, right? When you are married to somebody, when you have children as a married couple, those children are happier. Studies have shown that those children tend to be a lot happier. Those children tend to be a lot, they graduate more from colleges. They tend to graduate high school and then proceed to colleges to have their bachelor's degrees. Unlike children from broken homes, right? So, of course, there are always exceptions, but studies have shown that. And um, I'm going to insert some photos of that and link where I got this from. So marriage brings a lot of stability to children, and sometimes we've all seen children that felt abandoned by one parent, and that childhood trauma remains with them all through their adult life, and they tend to repeat the cycle. Children learn so much from what they see, right? And also being married before having children, the stability that comes with it also financially. Like married couples tend to be financially more stable than single parents or single individual, and even people that co-parent together. So I want that stability for my children. A lot of times I also think that we tend to be selfish. We just this society, our generation tends to think mostly about themselves. Give me 1 second. Tend to think just about themselves and not about the children that I'm bringing to this world. It's very important to think about your children's future. Think about how envision the life that you want for these children, right? And the last reason why I am not having children or I have not had kids, and I probably will not have children by the will of God until I get married, is because I first want to put myself in a position to be able to take care of a child. A lot of times, people have kids that are not able to take care of them financially, morally, spiritually. I want to be there. I want to be able to be present in their life, to be able to invest in them as much as I possibly can do. And I can only do all of these things if I have a partner, if we have to work together, right? So I also want to make sure that I am in that situation, even when my partner is down, or even when I'm down, I have confidence that my husband is going to be there, take care of the kids, and take care of me. So I need to put myself in a position to be able to take care of these children. So those are the three reasons why I haven't had children. Those are the three reasons why I will not be having kids. God willing, until I get married to my husband, then I will have children. It doesn't matter how old I am. I need you to remember that Sarah had had her first child when she was 90 years old. Everything is possible with God for he or she who believes. And I solely believe that He has a plan for me, He has a plan for you and us. And so He's not going to, He's going to prosper us. He's going to, so I'm not going to try to fast forward life. If God has deemed it not necessary for me right now to have children, who am I to go out of my way to have kids just because my friends are having children, or just because everybody in my age mates are all having children? I'm not going to do that because I believe so much in those words. I believe that even before He formed me, He knew me true and true, and I know the plans He has for me. Most importantly, and I trust and I respect God so very much that His planning, His timing is always perfect. So, guys, those are the three reasons I wanted to share to encourage someone out there that do not give up. If you've been holding yourself together, if you've been feeling pressure, I don't want you to give up. I want you to also know that you are not alone, because I sometimes feel this pressure. I get asked this question, and don't be upset when people ask these questions, okay? Try not to be upset, because I remember I used to be, but right now I am no longer upset. And when I listen to these questions, I just repeat to them. I tell them God has a plan for my life. I'm not gonna have children right now because it's not in His plan for me right now. I'm gonna wait till I have a husband before I get children, as His order, as His will, as He intended for us to have kids. So, friends, those are my three reasons. Please let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are, and also let me know if this is something you've been facing challenges with, and just let me know how you're dealing with that. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Please do not forget to like, to subscribe, to share this video, and also stay tuned for my next video. Okay? Thank you so much, and have a wonderful week. Bye bye.